All right, so today's video, we are watching a Bronze 1 DPS on PC playing Hanzo Bastion Venture. And they say, hello, this game was a nail-biter for sure. We kept dying, but managed to get past second point on attack. They told me to switch to Bastion, which I did, though I do not play Bastion. For defense, I picked the character I'm most comfortable on, which was Venture. I did not want to spoil the end, but it was definitely stressful as a Bronze game for me. Any advice would be helpful. I hope you enjoy and have an awesome day. All right, we'll do our best to kind of give you that advice. Let's watch this and let's have a good time. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is the way to do it. Sure is. I mean, honestly, like, okay, only, just, I want to pause here very quickly. Right idea on spamming, but like, remember that when you shoot like the little arrows like that, where you don't like hold it up as long, it's not going to do as much damage. So just be careful on like, just like launching like the arrows like that, because it won't even kill them. All right. Also, this is something that I guess it could be, like gameplay philosophy. And again, I obviously Hanzo isn't my most played hero, but eventually it wouldn't be a bad idea to throw like a scan arrow, right? Like the arrow you have that does that, like around here. Because if you're shooting at that Ashe, right, and your teammates are all tunnel vision this side, sometimes just like put an arrow up here is really impactful. Not just because like, oh, we see where they're at, but like your teammates now see where they're at, and that might kind of change their focus a bit again, to where like maybe more people will put pressure to the right there, where it's the Mercy and the Ashe, and your teammates can then isolate them in that like 2v5 type of situation, right? So it's just something to think about for those type of scenarios at the beginning. All right. Yep. Let's get a full hour up there. Okay. Yep. All right. So I want you to... Another thing about Hanzo is, I know Hanzo's a projectile, but if somebody is standing still, just aim at where they're standing. There you go. All right. Remember, it's 6 seconds now. Remember where your health packs are. To your left, to your left, to your left, to your... Yep, and it doesn't matter anyway. It's 6 seconds for regen. Zenyatta hit a good shot on you, but it's, I think it's like 6 seconds now. Is it weird that I still think that 5 seconds was a good sweet spot for that? It feels like anything past 5 seconds on waiting for the regen is just kind of like meh. Cool, gapping the point. All right, second point. This is where as like a sniper character, well, long range character, you're gonna thrive, because second point has a long distance for a while. So take some angles, right? Let me show you something here. So like you're gonna spam here, right? And if you look from this point of view, I want you to see this. Do you see how much easier it is to kind of see where you're at? How like when you look at this angle, it's just kind of like you're obviously here, so it's a lot easier to understand that you're gonna just shoot down this alleyway, right? Now, before we look at the results of this like team fight, you might get 4 for all that matters. But I want you to start to think about wall climbing up here, playing angles like this. So what this does is now, if you go up here, you have free shots on people back here. You have people here who have to look up, and then when they look up at you up here, your teammates here now have more space. If they don't look up at you, you have free reign from above to, you know, hit a shot or two. If they do look at you, you can go this way, and then now they have to look back to your teammates, and then you peek again. So I just wanted to kind of show that there's ways, no matter what the rank is, to kind of like find opportunity rather than just sit in this one area. Again, of course, you get a kill right away on the Ashe, but yeah. So, get the spot up there. I mean, you can see underneath it, but like it's really hard to hit that shot. So, you go to, yep, oh, well, all right. There you go. Now you're up on the high grounds. Not bad. Remember, I want you to use that scan arrow a little bit more. I always forget the name of it. I always call it information arrow. Nice shot on the Mercy. I don't know why the Mercy decided to fly at you and go for the kill there, but hey. Okay. This right here, oh man, I gotta rewind this. Dude, this is gonna be a doozy. Okay, so I want you to see this very quickly, because this is what you see a bunch of people and you go, okay, but I want you to see something. Ready? Here you come. Here you go. Look where you ulted at. This is what they see. Do you see this? This is what they see. You can hide behind a wall. And this goes back to what I talked about using like your arrow to get information. Like you would know where they were at if you just threw this against a wall somewhere and then sent your ult in. Instead, you get a kill there, but they trade on you, which you don't want to be traded on during your Hanzo ultimate, and now you're just going back to spawn. So, you know, look for more opportunity there. I think you're just kind of putting yourself in the middle of the open, and the team can easily see you. No matter what rank you're in, whether it's bronze or top 500, players are going to take advantage of that. So, you got to be careful of that. Please use your... Please scan. All right, nice shot. I'm telling you. Yes, exactly. The Sonic arrow. Ammo side, thanks for the 32 months of the Prime. So thank you, thank you. It helps not only you, but your team. Oh, you definitely lagged out. I know what this is. Don't worry about it. Unless you didn't lag out, and this is just your movement. But I would recommend not doing this if this was actually you. I'm going to assume you lagged out right here. This is that was something. All right, you don't see that every day. All right. Certainly was a Storm Arrow. Actually, speaking of Storm Arrow, use your abilities. Abilities are good. Okay, so that was it. So, are you gonna switch to Bastion? Okay, I just want to pause for a second. Did we just go the whole time without you using Sonic Arrow once, or am I losing it? I might have missed a Sonic Arrow, but did you play the whole 5 minutes of Hanzo without using the Sonic Arrow? Actually, did you even use Storm Arrow that much? Like, I feel like Storm Arrow was used, like, right there, randomly, on accident. Use your abilities, right? Oh, once, but it didn't recon anyone? Okay. Use your abilities. They're good. Storm Arrow's very good. Sonic Arrow's very good. You gotta find more ways to output those. I showed you a little bit. They use Lunge. I think I saw Lunge used. Okay, now you're on Bastion. Now, Bastion doesn't have as much of using a kit, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Yep. Stick with your team. You're on Bastion now. Okay, so remember turret form. Turret form is an important part of Bastion. So you hit your shift button. All right, let's hit that shift button or whatever you're on or whatever your keybinds are. Let's hit that button here in a second. Start doing... Okay. So you want to make sure to use your turret form. It's really key. The amount of damage you'll do is, like, astronomical. I imagine you will use it. I think what's happening right now is you don't know what you want to do yet because this goes back to... I always talk about being decisive. This is a lot of indecisiveness. It seems like you want to path somewhere, but you don't know if you should path there. You just commit to going somewhere and then go from there. Rather than just like, okay, that's the sky. Yep. Okay, now you're dropping down. Right now. Pop. Yeah, go. Go into turret form. This is perfect for turret form. Yes, there you go. Don't sit in the middle of the open, though. This is a free kill. You want to play... So I know as much as you want to start blasting like Danny DeVito over here, again, I just need to show people this position and what it looks like from their point of view, okay? Here you are, kind of already out of position to begin with, but, you know, you'll take it. This is perfectly fine. Now watch you when you go into turret form here, which I'm glad you went into turret form. That's a step. Okay, yep, there's Bastion. Hey, everybody, everybody having a good day? All right, see you later, bye. Do you see that? Like, it looked like you were just taking like a nice, just, you know, nice walk through the map, seeing what everybody's up to. You see how easy it is to get that kill? That's why I always recommend, if you don't know what to look for, watch the other team's point of view when they kill you. Because right there, your movement, you just went from one side to the other and it was an easy kill. Play those corners a little bit closer, right? Make it so that when you have to disengage, which would be running away from their team, you have, like, it's not, like, too far away of a spot. Sometimes when you watch me play, you'll hear me go, oh, I'm out of position, and then I fall over even before they start shooting at me. It's because I know that I've strayed too far away from, like, a wall, and then I'm just going to fall over, so. You said, to be honest, you think this chokehold specifically is a struggle for people in meta ranks in the high ground and cover? Yeah, but see, initially, so I have a bit of a thought process in that one where I've kind of talked about high ground and how that stuff works, right? So what I mean by that is in bronze, I'll be honest with you, I don't expect to see this part of the map played a ton. So there's two ways to go about it, right? One, if you want to start to take that level up from bronze and you want to continue to get better, utilizing that high ground just to have like an advantage is super key, right? Like that can be really good. The problem is that I also need to look at some of the little things first before I start to get a player to go up here. Like if I say, hey, just go up on the high ground, you'll be good. At the same time, like watching, you know, Dusty Axe here, like Dusty hasn't even used like half of the abilities. So like, while I would love to continue to like talk about that initially, which I know that wasn't the point you're making, but I want to like start with like the basics of let's start using these abilities first. Let's start playing corners and then utilize that high ground because I don't need them to go high ground just yet because everybody on the team is just still playing the low ground, which is what happens a lot in like bronze games, which is totally fine because every rank plays differently. When I first started spectating, I was like high ground. Then I'm like, over time I realized, okay, wait, every rank plays differently. I need to kind of look at it that way. Start with the basics in some areas, start with like little things first, and then move into that. So yeah, I mean, I do think if Bastion goes high ground here, you'd have free reign the whole time. But like, I can't, like, we gotta get the Bastion to use turret form and play like a corner like this, you know? So anyway, sorry, a little bit of a side rant there, or whatever that was, but here we go. What did you do? All right, here we go. Okay, so turret form can be good here if you play the corner. Turret form this, definitely. Get up there as much as you can. Yes, keep going. There you go. Now remember, you didn't get rolled there because you were close to a corner and they had to back up. You notice the difference there? That's key. Okay, play more towards corners, right? Like, I know you hear about it a lot, but it's so helpful for not only you but your teammates. Best way to look at it is, even if you minimize 100 less damage per team fight on you, like I want you to look at it like that way. If you can minimize like 100 less damage, right, per team fight, just even 100 damage per team fight, all right, that your supports are gonna love you for that, because a lot of the time, and a lot of ranks players will constantly just take damage, fall over and go, why didn't you heal me? I can promise you your supports are trying to heal you, but with the amount of damage in Overwatch nowadays, the DPS passive, like the amount of burst damage that can happen just like that, you can't take all that poke. So I'm just trying to get you, be wary of where you position yourself and try to get a little bit closer to walls. Again, going with the basics, it will help a lot. Like right now, you're gonna probably fall over if you stay there. Thankfully, you get cleansed. There you go. Again, little things, great disengage there. You played a wall, you took a lot of damage. Instead of just wide swinging out and falling over, you backed away. I know that's very, like, some people look at that and go, oh, like, wow, yeah, of course. But like, the thing is every rank is gonna progress differently at that, and starting with the basics of that is really key. So play a little bit more corners, okay? Here we go. It's fine, see, can't shoot you. So good example of good usage of that. Now, here's what you need to do, okay? Go top right. Yep. Now this is, I wouldn't consider this like the high ground of second point. This is kind of like an extension of like, it's like 1A, 1B, if you want to call it that, for like high ground, low ground here. It's not like a huge difference, but it's key to get that position up top. I think you should have stayed up on high ground for this exact reason of you just basically going in front of their team, right? Like, you should have stayed up there and just like basically compete with that Ashe, and if you win that, you just basically can take over the whole team fight, pending you using your abilities. I noticed you went with the heal perk. Honestly, Bastion perks or Bastion perks go with what's best for you. Again, I would have recommended staying up here, because if you control this, say you kill that Ashe, you have free reign again. And this high ground's a little bit more of a chill high ground. I know you're going to end up losing this team fight because you said only second, so your number one issue right now thus far is like, two issues. You wide swing too much, like you just sit in the middle of the open and basically give them free damage and free kills. And you also just don't use your abilities half the time. It can be really key for progression if you use your abilities a lot. So, yep. That's how I see things. All right? There you are. Okay, on Venture now. Now, Venture is your comfort hero, you said, or the hero you like to play. So let's see how you set up on them and kind of go from there. Here we go, let's do it. See what I mean? Like, you're not using your abilities, you're not playing aggressive, you're just standing there. You're not playing Cassidy, okay? So, like, Venture is a hero that is about setup time. I was gonna let that team fight kind of play out and see what you're doing, but you just sat here. That's all you did. You didn't do anything that would, like, basically, you could have been playing any hero right there. So, I'll give you some options. I don't know, start here, right? Yeah, disrupt somebody, that comes around this corner. You get vision. They're not gonna look for you right away. Play a bit more hide and seek at the beginning. Then you use your cooldowns, right? Your abilities to get out, and then you can reset with your team, or you get kills, or you boop them in when they go here. 3 different ways to get some value there. Instead, you just stood next to your team and fell over, right? And then you just button mash as you got closer. Yep. So, okay. So, again, I want you to think about pathing. So get to a spot that's not in the middle of the open for a free kill. There, yep, there's the... Again, it's like, you path the basically the generic way in this map to go, which is right here. They're all going to see you. Everybody's looking here, right? So what you need to do is you need to take a different approach. Whether that's from here, go here, start spamming out some shots. Whether we're at the point right now where even the Ashe who literally is playing with their eyes closed can actually see where you're at. So we just got to like reevaluate that one. Okay. Anyway, there's the lampshade. Yeah, there you go. But anyway, try to take different paths, different routes, like here. And then you can kind of like go into your cooldowns and maybe disrupt them. And then what happens is, say you disrupt this Ashe, for example, you can end up here. And you're like, well, why do I want to end up here if they're capturing the point? Well, what you've done now is you've forced them to have to look at you. If they don't look at you, you get kills. If they do look at you, you have escape routes. See? You go back here. You can go up the stairs. You still have plenty of time. Keep in mind, they've already killed you at this point. And they only have a tick. You can rotate here for a health pack. You can rotate back. Do you see what I'm saying? How you can kind of like go on the outskirts of the point and make a play like this. But if you just run in the middle of the point, you're going to fall over. So I want you to think about that as you're playing and getting better on that one. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Whoop. Okay. Make sure to set up around walls. Actually, this was pretty good so far, by the way. I actually like this. Like the kind of like wide peek here. And shoot, this is good. This is what I was trying to get you to do earlier. This is nice. Don't wide swing this. Just keep doing this for now. Okay, now back away. The Zen saw you. Yeah, don't go in. Okay. Be careful. Get out. Health pack awareness to your back left. Nope, not in the middle of the open. Stop straying towards the middle of the open. You're gonna fall over if you do that. Even if you get the kill there on the Sojourn, like the thing is first of all, good kill on the Sojourn. But you gotta stop like going to the middle of the team unless you're up in numbers or you like your team's with you. You just like you basically just put yourself in a bad spot every time and you just fall over. So the angle you were playing was great. Then like stay around that. Play the game like that when you're on a hero like venture, right? Yes, this is great. There you go. Nice job. Wonderful. That was a great sequence. You went up on a high ground. You didn't take any damage. You got a free kill behind you. Do not ult. Then okay. The only problem you made here was your escape route, right? You went up here. You got a kill. Escape out towards your team. Your team's this way, see? Escape out. So like you go here, then you just like end up this way, and then you can go for an angle, right? Health pack awareness, things like that. That was good though. That was a good sequence where what got you killed there was your positioning. And again, that's why we're pointing it out, because I think you're gonna be in a good spot. If you continue to play like you just did there outside of your escape route, you gotta fix that. You gotta I always give the advice of always think about what your next step is, where you're going to escape to. You don't have to think about it in the middle of like when you're going for the kills, but be like, okay, if I'm going to make this play, I'm going to end up over there, right? Obviously, you can sequence it later if you have to go somewhere else. Nice shots on the Echo. Good play. You can ult this. I'm okay with this. Yeah. No, don't be afraid to use your right click for your last shot there. I think you would have got a kill. Isolating the Sojourn here. Use your melee. Good job. Good jump. Yeah. Okay, remember, play corner, don't wide peek too much. Good. Get out. Just fully out. Don't even worry about doing damage. Just play to live. Now put yourself in a spot. Okay, you have an extra wall there. You're good. That goes behind you, on the high ground behind, believe it or not. Okay, now hide. Get the health pack. There you go. Go underneath. Now get out. Get out. See, like, in that situation, I want to point out why it's a good play, okay? Because you're going to go like, well, I didn't really do anything. Why are you like, oh, wow, good job. So let's kind of show this. Let's talk about this very quickly. You went into their team. You went into their backline. You did some damage. They all looked at you. Everybody on their team started to look at you. You back out. The diva follows you. You escape. Great. Everything's good. You're like, well, I didn't get a kill. Yeah, but look what you did. Your teammates aren't getting shot at. Your teammates are able to look for opportunity for kills, and their team is kind of like stuck in a corner trying to look for you. Do you see what I mean? How you're kind of like, even when it seems like you're not doing anything, you're still doing a lot. It's the little things in Overwatch sometimes that add up to a victory, where it feels like you're not doing anything, but then next thing you know, like you've done more than you even know because you're distracting the team without even realizing it. So again, I wanted to show you good rotational cooldowns there where you kind of went around and made a play. Boom. They get out of position, you get a free pick on the Sojourn. Yep. You hear about it in sports sometimes. Like, sometimes things won't show up on the stat sheet, right? You know what I mean? Like, where if a player, you know, plays some good defense or something. Also, that was just a good deval, and I saw it happen. You know, it won't show up on the stat sheet, right? But, like, you know that as bringing value. So sometimes, just remember that, right? So, obviously, I think you're going to lose the point here, but you still have opportunity to hold third, right? I mean, no, be careful, be careful. Don't feed here now. Be careful. You have 3 minutes to hold this. You don't want to go and get free picks. You've already used one major cool. Oh, boy. So I'm just going to show you this so you can see from what they see. Okay, ready? Here we go. All right, we just captured third point. I'm super pumped. Let's get set up and... Oh, wait, what is this? Adventure? Oh, no. Okay, they're probably just going to go backwards, right? Coming to say hi and run backwards? Nope, sure ain't. Hey, everybody. Okay. What's the problem here? What is your team going to do to be able to help you? Even if you kill the Sojourn. Even if you kill the Sojourn, right? I'm going to show you something. You ready? Your spawn... right here. Their spawn right here. See the difference? It ain't gonna be worth it. The only argument you can make for a trade on that Sojourn is that maybe the Sojourn won't be able to set up as much, but they'll be fine because they're gonna have to push the card, they're gonna have the advantage, they're gonna be able to get numbers anyway. And so I just wanted to show you kind of how that domino effect can happen there. Again, your teammates may pop off and win the rest of the game and do all these cool plays, but just want you to be, you know, a little bit wary of that. Yeah, anyway. That was a funny animation on that one. That was cool, actually. It's kind of cool. All right, you can help. Yeah. Good combo. Great combo, actually. Good job. So teammates end up holding that. This is fine to go in for a second. Just for a second, though. Because getting the kill on the Moira is going to stagger. Now go underneath and get out. Remember, one of the best things you can do in Overwatch is not only get the kills, but also just survive those kills. Like, trading in Overwatch is... Okay, best way to explain trading, and again, it's all situational, but a good, like, if you wanted to just go, like, with the basic blueprint of it, if you lose a team fight, trading is great because you can reset up again. If you're ahead in numbers, do not let them trade on you. Is that a very good, generic, basic way to go about it? Right? So, like, if you lose a team fight, trading can be very important. If you're going to win a team fight, don't trade because that is how they can get back into the game. So, remember, if you get a numbers advantage right away, the worst thing you can do is go give them a bunch more kills. Obviously, if, like, 4 of them are stacked and your team's with you and you go in and you kill 3 and they kill you, a little bit of a different story. You're kind of clearing them out there. You'll be fine. But, like, an extended fight and they trade on you is not good. So always be wary of that. You did a good job of that, but I also want to just, it's good to give that general advice because I'm telling you, it goes a long way in Overwatch. You know, if you find that you're going 20 and 20 every game, yeah, you're getting 20 limbs, but those 20 deaths, that in a hero shooter is not quite what you want to do. Stop doing that. Okay, again, there's no value out of you doing that play. There's nothing right there that you're doing that will make that, like, just don't do that. You're just giving them free kills. This is where you would get a trade kill. You're already too far up. You either can die on cart, indecisive. Yep. You either get a trade, you die in cart, or you get out of there immediately. Indecisiveness might... you're gonna be fine. Okay, going to the cart. Nice kill. Good job. Good backline pressure. Nice play. Good job recognizing the cart needed help. Looking for the echo. Good job. Solid. Nice job. Okay. You ready for this? After you know that you team killed them, don't just stand on the cart. I do this sometimes a little bit too much. This is all about post-team fight is one of the best ways to go establish map control. If you want to get into a good habit of something, no matter if you're in your bronze or top 500, right? A really good habit to get into is after a team fight's done, the game isn't over. And if you go with that mindset, sometimes like you get a team fight and you just sit there for like 15 seconds and do nothing. After a team fight's over, extend that team fight out an extra 10 seconds. And what do you mean extend it out? I'm not saying go to their spawn and attack them. I'm saying go set up somewhere. Go take a advantageous position, right? Just go, whether it's up here, whether it's in a corner, whether you go play hide and seek, set yourself up for the next kill. A little bit of a side note, as you progress and climb, you need to be a little bit wary of like the death cam they have, where like they can kind of see you after for like 3 seconds or so. I forgot what the exact number is in Overwatch, but just be careful of that. But in like bronze, that's not going to really be taken advantage of. So just that's something to remember later on. But go set up somewhere. Go get ready for the next team fight. Don't just like be like, oh, we won the team fight. Okay, let's just sit here and wait for the next one. Go set up. Go make it easier. Okay. Anyway. Here you go. Your Orisa was already set up, but see how they've already established position, and after team wiping them, you could have been here even sooner and probably team wiped them before they even like had a chance. You actually were late to like that whole sequence. So that was kind of a good example to show. Going to the back line. Yep. Try to play to live now. Play to live. Just play to live. There you go. Nice. Your teammates stayed alive. There's now an echo. You can go up there if you want. You don't have to, but good job. Got the Zen kill, and it looks like your teammate should clean up this. And I think you did. Nice job. Good play. So, listen, a lot to work on, but it's a lot of the little things, which is good news. Remember, use your abilities. There's a lot of, like, misusage of your abilities. More on Hanzo and Bastion because you're a bit more comfortable in Venture, but we saw some misplays there. Remember, stop gravitating towards the middle of the point. Play corners. Think about that. Win a team fight. All that stuff. All the little things I told you is going to help a long way. Setup time. You can do this. There's a lot of easy things to fix. If you fix this stuff, you're going to start to see, like, next thing you know, you're in silver. Next thing you know, you're getting through silver and gold. You clean up these little things, you're going to climb. All right? You got this. You absolutely got this. Like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube, all that. Leave a comment if you want to submit one of these. My Discord's where to do that. And if you like these videos, we have another one, little square going to pop up on the bottom here. I don't know how it works, but yeah, click that video. It's a good one. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day /night.